Have you ever wondered how the modern kingdom of Saudi Arabia came to be? It's a story of ambition, faith, and a 300-year journey across the vast Arabian Peninsula. This land, the cradle of Islam, has always been a crossroads of history, but the story of the Saudi states is a chapter all its own. Let us dive into the epic tale of how a small emirate in the heart of Arabia grew into the powerful nation we know today. Our story begins in the year 1727, in the oasis town of Diriyah, near modern-day Riyadh. Here, a local ruler named Imam Muhammad bin Saud forged a historic pact with a religious reformer, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Wahhab. This alliance was the bedrock of the first Saudi state. It wasn't just a political agreement, it was a powerful fusion of spiritual vision and state-building ambition. From their base in Diriyah, they set out to unify the scattered tribes of the Najd region under a single banner of purified Islamic belief. For the next several decades, the state grew rapidly. Its influence stretched from the sands of the Najd to the coasts of the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea. They brought security and a unified purpose to regions long plagued by tribal warfare. By the early 19th century, the first Saudi state controlled most of the Arabian Peninsula, including the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. This expansion, however, brought them into direct conflict with the dominant power of the region, the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans, seeing the Saudi state as a threat to their authority, dispatched a massive army led by the ambitious ruler of Egypt, Muhammad Ali Pasha. After a grueling 7-year war, the campaign culminated in the destruction of Diriyah in 1818. The capital was razed, the state was dismantled, and it seemed as though the Saudi dream had come to an end. But the spirit of unification was not so easily extinguished. Just 6 years later, in 1824, a survivor of the Al Saud family, Imam Turki bin Abdullah, rose from the ashes. He managed to expel the occupying forces and re-establish Saudi rule, this time with Riyadh as the new capital. This marked the birth of the second Saudi state. Imam Turki is remembered as a brilliant leader, successfully navigating the treacherous political landscape to restore much of the territory lost. He ruled for a decade before his assassination, a tragic event that foreshadowed the instability to come. The second Saudi state, while successful in its early years, was constantly weakened by internal power struggles. Rivalries within the Al Saud family created deep divisions, making the state vulnerable to its enemies. The final blow came not from the Ottomans, but from a rival Arabian dynasty, the Al-Rashid of Har Illinois. By 1891, they had conquered Riyadh, forcing the Al Saud leader, Abdul Rahman bin Faisal, and his young son, Abdulaziz, into exile in Kuwait. Once again, the Saudi state had fallen. For a decade, it seemed the Al Saud story was over. But the young Abdulaziz, known to the West as Ibn Saud, was nursing a dream of reclaiming his ancestral homeland. In the dead of night on January 15, 1902, he led a daring raid on Riyadh with just 40 loyal companions. In a legendary feat of courage, they scaled the city walls and stormed the Mazmak fortress, capturing the governor and reclaiming the city. This single event ignited the third and final chapter of Saudi unification. The recapture of Riyadh was just the beginning of a monumental 30-year quest. From this small foothold, Abdulaziz launched a series of brilliant military campaigns and forged strategic alliances with local tribes. He was a master of desert warfare and an even greater master of diplomacy. Over the next 3 decades, he methodically unified the disparate regions of the peninsula. First, he consolidated his control over the Najd, the heartland of his ancestors. Then, he turned his attention eastward, annexing the Al-Hasa region on the Persian Gulf coast in 1913, securing vital access to the sea. The biggest challenge came after World War I, when he confronted the Hashemite kingdom of Hijaz, which controlled the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. After a series of campaigns, Abdulaziz's forces entered Mecca in 1924 and Medina and Jeddah in 1925, bringing the entire western coast under his rule. Finally, he secured the southern region of Asir. After 30 years of relentless struggle, the vast mosaic of tribes and territories was united. On September 23, 1932, King Abdulaziz Al Saud officially proclaimed the founding of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, naming the new nation after his own family. The third Saudi state was born, and this time, it was here to stay. The story doesn't end there. Just a few years after unification, in 1938, an event occurred that would transform the new kingdom, and the world forever: the discovery of oil in commercial quantities. This newfound wealth fueled an unprecedented era of modernization. King Abdulaziz and his successors, Saud, Faisal, Khalid, Fahd, Abdullah, and today, King Salman, used the oil revenue to build a modern nation from the ground up. Deserts were transformed into thriving cities. A state-of-the-art infrastructure of roads, schools, universities, and hospitals was built across the kingdom. Saudi Arabia transitioned from a collection of remote provinces into a key player on the global stage, a founding member of the United Nations, the Arab League, and a leader in organizations like OPEC and the G20. Today, Saudi Arabia stands at another historic crossroads. Under a new generation of leadership, the kingdom is pursuing Vision 2030, an ambitious blueprint for economic diversification, social reform, and cultural openness, aiming to build a vibrant and sustainable future beyond oil. From a small emirate in Diriyah to a modern economic powerhouse, the history of Saudi Arabia is a powerful reminder of how vision, resilience, and leadership can shape the destiny of a nation. It's a story that is still being written, with new chapters of transformation unfolding every day. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from around the world. See you next time.